The Expropriation Bill is said to address the injustices of the past. It is to repeal the existing Expropriation Act of 1975 to align it with the Constitution. Authorities say 79% of the land in the country is privately owned, 14% is owned by the state, while 7% is unaccounted for, adding that those who are against it are those who were never subjected to land dispossession.
It is extremely dangerous to suggest that government will arbitrarily take people's property, such as their homes. Speaker, land is an emotive issue. Across the country, there's still great pain being felt by many of our people of color who were stripped of their homes and denied the right to own property under the apartheid regime.
Both the minister and the ANC say the amendments will pass the constitutional muster.
With this bill, we are taking back legally, correctly, and respectful as per the ethos and provisions of the Constitution what was taken illegally without respecting even the dignity and the rights of those that were affected by the Expropriation Act of 1975.
However, some of the opposition parties objected to the bill. The DA accused the ANC of trying to make up for the failed constitutional amendment of Section 25 that would need a two-thirds majority to allow for expropriation of land without compensation. While the EFF labelled the bill as a regressive piece of legislation.
It is our contention that this is a brazen attempt by the governing party to amend the Constitution through the back door using ordinary legislation. It cannot be countenanced that a clause that was deemed so pivotal as to require a constitutional amendment should now just be adopted in the House by a simple majority.
This bill would basically leave the almost 72% of the land owned by whites in the country untouched, and the government would still need to pay market value for expropriating white-owned land for land reform purposes.
The Freedom Front Plus argued that the bill is dishonest and it can result in movable as well as intellectual property being expropriated without compensation.
Land reform is not really the main issue for this bill from the governing party. It is about power. It is to get hold of land in South Africa.
The bill has been sent to the National Council of Provinces for concurrence.
I want to say, Kefatsi Laruna. The land is ours.
Lula Mamatya, SABC News, Parliament.